Hi guys, we are here to review of your portfolio draft design. So, we just have a week to go, and I'm so glad that many of you showed a really high quality and beyond my expectation on your portfolio layout. So I'm so proud, and I really me and Dr. Tan appreciate your work. So there were eight students. At the point I downloaded the portfolio, and I found more around 17 portfolio at this point, but I will separate them into two groups and then review and then share the comments on the module 12. So I hope this video will help you to understand and how to apply and what perspective we have to assess your work. So first, let's start with Lindsay Ashorn. I really like the logo, like L and A. The overall cover layout is simple but not boring, and kind of show your identity. And I really like your use of bold text, typography to make an impression of your name. So, and this is a ear and the title of the portfolio. It's good. And the first spread was contents, table of contents with the page number. But as I mentioned, the page number can be a little tricky in the future editing process. So just be aware of that. Maybe it's not too bad just using numeric number 1, 2, 3 instead of page number, but just do as you want. I mean, if you have page number, it could be a good indicator for the reviewers to place, to search the specific project or any information. So, but good. I really like the use of the font, use of the typography, the hierarchy you made, the title and the title project, the title of each categories, and and the little description below the project project title. But a little minor issue I would like to point is that the spacing between the each line is a little different. So I mean, the bubble space should be connected to the commercial design in 2020 Montreal, but the spacing is indicating that it has showing more connection to Louis Vuitton. So spacing, when you use spacing a little narrower than the other elements, it is show more closer linkage to those elements. So just be aware of the use of the spacing. You can modify. You can modify the spacing. Let's see. So on the paragraph, and let's see on character, and you see this, the leading. So you can change. Let's see. Oh. Okay. So select the area of the text and then modify the leading to control the spacing. Okay, select the line below to make space, to modify the space in between the upper elements and the element you selected. Okay, so it looks good. I really like you align to the left side, kind of align all the page numbers and the title of the content on the left side, and then indented the soft titles so they make a hierarchy, and also kind of still maintain the alignment using the page numbers. So it's a little smart way to use the alignment. And I really like you define the type. You really good utilize the typography really well. Use of hierarchy and spacing, and yeah, it looks good, perfect, and really concise. Let's see. And so overall, this spread is showing like a good amount of information to grasp. And the one thing overall looks good, perfect. But one thing I would like to point out is that if you utilize this quotation using a little different characteristic of typography, such as like italic or a little hand script typography, typeface, to make more a little variety in this overall spread design. So yeah, I think that will make good contrast between the modern look of the rest of the typography with the like italic or hand script or like other types of typography, and also they make this quotation come out by creating contrast. So it looks good. And so as I mentioned, spacing can be a little, leading can be a little more issue for this page, for the rest of the project title page. So for those information, those are not the titles, more similar to the detailed information of the project. So for that case, I would rather use more like smaller leading space in between the lines to make it more descriptive. Currently, if you use too much space in between the lines, it looks it looks more like a title rather than descriptions. So just to be aware of that. Okay. And next, so I really like the floor plan. It's a big project with a lot of interesting elements. I can see the overall view through the your floor tile design. So it's a really interesting project, and I see a lot of interesting elements of the other two floor plan. But that's really a smart way to make contrast in contrast in between those similar shape of floor plans, so using different sizes. So this is kind of representing more like representative floor plan rather than the other two floor plans. So yeah, and then still delivers the coherence use of the shape and design themes in all three different levels of floor plan. And I also can see the use of hexagon, consistent use the design theme. But I would like to point out is that I couldn't find the link between the floor plan and the rendering. So it would be better if you can like using like a arrow or any kind of design elements to connect the render space and the floor plan. I really like the you add a lot of description, but you can be a little more concise. Like it doesn't have to be too long. It doesn't have to fill all the space from the top to the bottom. So it can be a little more concise and precise, or shorter. So yeah, the most the issue I found was that it's hard to find the linkage between the rendered view and the design process. So it will make your portfolio more stronger if you can make a link between them. So amazing, beautiful rendering. And it's not too bad to have a caption like small description or just title the name of the space, like collaboration space or office, conference, workspace. Use captions, because even though you thought that it is too obvious to recognize the purpose of the space, but still it is always helpful to have some hints of it. I really like to use the line drawing for the title page, because you have a lot of renderings inside, so using the line drawing, it could be a little good refreshment. You use a lot of negative space, so it kind of give some fresh air in between the project. So as I mentioned, the spacing between lines. So floor plan and another floor plan. So I would rather just pick one of them. And as I mentioned, try to add a linkage between the rendered view and the floor plan if you would like to put them in one spread. And also, I want to see more of the design process, because I know it's a beautiful project. I know it is really well designed, but it is hard to know unless you show it visually, such as client profile, site info, or your diagram, adjacency matrix, those things, or hand sketches of the counter, the front desk, like millwork sketches. Those can be really helpful to understand how you your workflow and the depth of the understanding of the project. So please add more spread to include more design process, diagram and site info, client profile, adjacency matrix, hand sketches of the millwork, and anything that help them to understand your design, your understanding of the project and design process. So what makes you to come to that spot? So what is the problem? What is the solution? I mean, what is the problem, and how you understand the problem and how you understand the current, and what is your solution, and how did you process to the solution. Okay, so those are the placeholder, and I really like those use of the small box because it creates more of variety, but still maintain the margins, maintain the datum of overall spread through the document. So that's why we need the margins and guidelines to maintain the same position when I place, so that we can avoid to use design elements all over the place without any without organizing the things. So a good layout. Okay, so for this, but the other thing I would like to point out is that you have a kind of have a tendency to fill the whole space. It is hard to find any negative space, but it is okay to use negative space. And then as a designer, negative space can be utilized as a refreshment. So negative space, I think I talked about negative space, but that could be a good place. The readers can take a breath and refresh themselves, and then move on to the next information. So it'll produce more air in your design, and can be utilized well to add more beautiness, and athletically makes sound overall view. So it is okay to have negative space. So if for this view, I will leave this area as negative space, and then maybe two of them, or maybe I can select one. I will select one of them to make it to use it as a negative space. But if you need, if there is a lot of information you need to put together, in a one spread, that is okay. So that if you have busy spread, and then you can just add another an empty spread, not empty, but using another negative space on the next spread, to make a big contrast between the spreads, so that it could bring more variety in overall document. So yeah, but if you are considering to use that similar layout for all of the spread, maybe you need to consider to utilize the negative space for some spread. Okay, so I really like the use of the hierarchy of the image size in the spread. So you can you add diagram, hand sketch, or just a matrix, and maybe you can add a stack diagram in here, or floor plan here. Those diverse variety of image size can be utilized well to communicate well with the readers. Okay, so let's move on to the next student. Okay, next is Jennifer Hartley's work. Okay, I really love this logo. It looks so pretty. You did a good job. Yeah, perfect. Good signature. Good use of signature. Okay. And then I see a lot of beautiful elements. Okay. And we start with the residential design. So this is, I think that is the table of contents. So I think you only have residential design, which is dollhouse project and home construction project, and good use of different color to differentiate the title and the description. But I don't think you need the course information. Maybe just maybe you better change it. If you like to add more description, maybe I'll rather put like square footage of the project, so then people can estimate the size of the project. Or if it is like if you have a more international project, maybe I'd better put location of the site. Okay. So since you use a lot of brown, I think it's good. But can be is too repetitive at this point. So it is okay to use rendered view as a background, or since you have a lot of sketches. Okay. So here's the thing. So when you organize your work, it is better to put the best of your portfolio in the beginning, because the reviewers might not have finished all the pages in your portfolio. They might need to stop at some point when they got bored. So or when they have no time to review whole thing. So it is always the best to put one of your best work in the first space, and then place the second best work on the second place, and then just put the rest like mysterious work in the last, so that they can get more idea what kind of interior design you are, and what kind of skills you have. And then those drawings does not tell us specifically. So if you have any drawing you like to emphasize on, you can like zoom in that area and then be more add more description. What is your the major interest area, major solution you'd like to show from this drawing? So when you present drawing, you need a rationale. I mean, like specific reason that's showing the drawing. If you have any like specific region to showing those marks, maybe you'd better just present the floor plan of the project, and then just add another title of about the level, which level the floor plan is. Okay, I think it's more construction part. Okay, yeah, I can see that you learn a lot of construction drawings. I can see that you learn a lot. You have knowledge in construction drawing, but that's not the reviewers would like to see from your portfolio, because it is kind of basic. It is people usually believe that you have competency in construction drawing. So maybe and then the interior designer usually more focused on the design solution to come up with a design solution, and then there might be another person who is in charge of construction drawing, it could be us, but the more important thing as a designer's role is that to come up with the design solution, and then the drawing can be followed by that solution. So so this can be a good perfect as a portfolio because it has concept statement and title and diagram, and then it looks beautiful. I really like the color. And the theme is presented well in one page with the elevation view and the site info. This is perfect. It looks like a poster. So what you need to do is to it seems like you kind of bring the poster design to just copy and paste the poster design. So what you need to do for now is to using the same elements, you can just divide them into like 1, 2, 3, or 4 parts. One for concept, the mood board or the concept board, and next spread for the design process using bubble diagrams and the legend, and next spread for elevation and site info, or you can put them together, or you can put it as a separate spread, because your site info, it goes well together with the other color theme. So yeah, maybe you can use a separate spread for site info and the elevation. So make this as a 3 or 4 or 5 spread, so that we can take a deep look at it. So currently, it's the captions are too small. The text are too small. It's hard to read. The readability is another important thing in the portfolio design. Oh, there you go. That's good. So the other thing is that I will show you how to change the resolution, but maybe I might show you to share the small size file rather than high resolution. So that's okay for now, but make sure that those images exist on your portfolio folder, which has a linkage to the InDesign file. If you don't have a link to that image, it'll be really pixelated and blurry, which looks so unprofessional. So make sure that you have those images as a separate file in your folder. Okay, looks good. Oh, so you have another section for commercial design. Okay, looks good. So, okay, what I want you to do is to keep working on the commercial design, because usually commercial design has a more design process in the curriculum. So, yeah, just put the commercial design and the BlackBerry project head of the other construction drawing project. Okay, looks good.